Welcome to the show, guys. Appreciate you dropping by. Pretty good week here. What's up, everyone? Hey, MacMan, G23. Good to see you all. Andy79Z28's with us. Good. Appreciate you dropping by, taking the time. And we got Echo over here.
Hey
And
guys, what are you guys doing tonight?
hang on, I got myself. Hang on, guys. Sorry about that. Somehow my browser started working on the other side. Sorry. Go
Uh,
ahead, Echo.
oh, how's everybody doing tonight? Just welcoming everybody to the show. See what everybody's up to. I am messing around with my annealies tonight. I'm gonna set this up. I've got it kind of set up. I haven't actually. I've run a little bit of brass through it, but I didn't have the torch set correctly. So I didn't really anneal them. So basically, what I'm going to do is I've got a piece of junk 308 brass that it was starting to get case head separation. So I figured I'd sacrifice that since it was in the recycle bin already, throw it in the machine and set it up to where it's exactly going to hit on the neck, then turn the machine on, spit that case in the recycle bin, and
Mm-hmm.
load it up with all the cases I need to go ahead and run them through.
Yeah, we're going to kind of go back and forth, guys, to Echo and then me doing 9 millimeters. So it's going to be kind of a double whammy here. So uh, Echo's also got co-host abilities, like I did last night on his show, or that little thing we did, coming attraction thing. And on this Annealing is nice. He can actually use dummy brass to set this thing up. That way, you don't have to mess his new brass up, and just keep that dummy set back all the time and set the machine up again. So that's a good thing. So you can use
Yeah,
any brass you want, whatever you like. Just keep using it.
yeah, exactly. I
Mhm.
mean, you're not going to be able to test the time for the how long it's going to take it to anneal. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to hit right at around 700 degrees Fahrenheit,
Mhm.
and you
Mhm.
want to do that for about 3 or 4 seconds,
Mhm.
and you don't want it to go past 750, 800. So basically, you want it to hit 750 at the top of the body of the case, where it's right below the where the shoulder is. That should get to 750, and then basically you know that the case has gotten to um, around 700, 800 degrees, in between there, 750 to 800 degrees. um,
Mhm.
and I mean, we may want to try it a little cooler than that. We're gonna find out. Bottom line is, I've got some test brass picked out that are kind of on the end of their life cycle. We're going to run them through,
Mhm.
and we're slowly going to add less time until we get it to anneal correctly. And then we're going to stop there and just keep running all the brass. I've got
You,
about 100 pieces to do.
you don't have any Templac, do you?
No, I don't. I need to order some. The thing was,
Mhm.
I was trying to figure out the exact temperature to get for, because I
Mhm.
know annealing, you got a little bit of room. It's around, it happens at around 700 degrees Fahrenheit. So from 7 to like 750, a little hotter than that. I'd say under 800 degrees, and maybe 800, and get it to that temperature and then let it cool off. Um, you can
Yeah.
drop it in water if you want. It doesn't matter. It won't harden the brass. It has no effect on it. Um, it basically, you can cool it down quickly, like doing it like that. I'm gonna run out and get my steel chainsaw gloves and use those for
Mhm.
grabbing hot cases. Now that I think about it.
Andy says use 750 temp black. Yeah. Apparently it's temp rated. Is there other temps, Andy? You know more about this than I do. I
Oh
haven't
yeah,
researched it.
Templac is you can get it in any kind of temperatures. It's for using on usually high temp applications and like electric
Mm-hmm.
motors and stuff like that. You put a little
Right.
Templac on it, and if it ever hits that temperature, you know the motor's it just gone. You we know once you hit that motor. We used to do that on race car motors, electric race car motors,
Mm-hmm.
RC stuff.
Yeah, it's good to have you all. Gun loving grandpas with us. GGW.
I'm gonna
Good to
run
see you
out and
guys.
grab my gloves.
G23. Good to see you, G. We're going to do a run through with this. He's going to, I think, load it up. And he's doing this cold, supposedly. I said, have you practiced? He says, nope. I said, okay. So it's going to be what you see is what you get. Andy's probably so good at it, he don't even need temp black. He's probably learned exactly where it needs to be looking at it, watching it glow.
Oh, it ain't supposed to glow.
It will
If
glow a
it
little, though. It
Nah,
will glow a
nah,
little.
if it
Just a
glows,
hair.
you've gone too
Well,
much.
yeah, I mean, it'll, this color, though, you'll see the light. If you got the dark lights out, you'll see something. Believe
Oh,
me.
we're gonna have the lights
Yeah.
off because I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
But I know if you get an inch away, you want 5 to 6 seconds. If you get an
Right.
inch from the actual um from the blue flame on the tip
Mm-hmm.
to the
Mm-hmm. Andy, you want a link to come in here? You do this, right? If you do, I'll send you a link. I can put you on the side here where I'm at. He is the zinc man. See, a tip, put the machine at the edge of the bench and a case catch bucket in a stool under the machine. Pretty interesting. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know your audio's not. Wish we could get that going for you. Let's see. Hey, Lakeview. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Tell
what?
us what we're looking for, Andy.
Can you hear
Type it
me?
out then. Yeah, I hear you. Hang on a second.
Oh.
Okay, go ahead, Echo.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying what I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
try to do is I want to get the flame about an inch from the case, the blue flame, and have it
What's up, Zach?
almost touching the blue tip of it, touching the where the shoulder meets the neck is where I want to do it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Walter.
So we'll find out if this is gonna work. I just bumped that damn case. Gotta be able to hear it.
Let's see. Andy says you will see the case change. That's what I was talking about. You will see the case change color just below the neck, about 1/8 inch, and it's done. What color will it be, Andy?
Should
I
turn
forget. It's been a
black.
long time since I watched it. I've actually watched, people that do this a long time, but it's been a while, quite a while for me.
Turn this off for a second so that way I can get this thing. I don't want it that long.
Hey, shoulder or elbow.
Oh, sorry guys.
You're
Can
fine.
you see the
Go ahead.
flame?
Yeah. Yep. Turns light color, almost silver, Andy says. Okay, that's what I was waiting for.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew it turned
I've gotten
something,
a
but I
couple
wasn't
of
sure.
pieces already that color to where it looks like it's silver, kind of like almost like reflective. That
Right.
looks like about an inch almost, maybe a little shorter. I'm waiting for the tip to get hot because it'll come out. As soon as the tip gets hot,
Mm-hmm.
the flame will grow a little bit.
You've researched this quite a bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, about as much as anybody does
Mm-hmm.
before they, go to do something like this, I would suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe more than some, less than others, that kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing.
I have, but like I say, it's been a while. So now,
Okay,
before I
that
buy one, I'll
sounds
probably go in there and buy one. Before I buy
that
one, I'll
sounds
go in there
like
and
I'm
practice
getting
on
it
it.
right there.
Sorry,
That
guys.
looks about like an inch right there to me. Does that look like to you guys about an inch?
Be honest, I can't tell with the camera the way these Logitech cameras are. Kind of hard for
Can
me
you
to.
even see it?
I see the flame, I see the thing, but I mean, to me, it could be 6 inches from the wheels. We can't tell. I can't see the
All
depth
right,
of it.
hold on.
That's fine. Ain't worried about
Let
it.
me see. I'm gonna just cheat a little bit if I can. Blind man cheating. Trying to see. Woo, that's getting warm over there. We don't want to do that. That was a bad mistake. Do not put hand anywhere near flame. Okay, there we go.
The thing I do remember, you can use your test brass over and over and over. You don't have to keep needling brand new brass to find out if you got the temp right. So
Yeah, it looks like that is what I want. It might even be a little shorter than that, but that's okay. I can get it right up. I'll get it a little bit closer to where it touches. So right now I'm at the right height. I just need to get it over onto the
Neely's has,
brass.
Andy says that Neely's has a YouTube channel to show you how to set the flame. That's interesting. I'll go watch that.
Yeah,
I didn't know they
they
did.
do. That's what I've already watched it. That's why I was
Okay.
saying.
Okay. Yeah, Andy says he only used Templac once. Yeah, that's why once you do it and you kind of know what it looks like at 750, you probably keep it in your memory. I would definitely buy it to start out. To nice
All
machine
right,
though.
five is going a little bit.
Watch your hands.
I am watching to see here.
You got about 10, 15 pieces of brass with you.
I got a few back there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What I'm trying to do is that's where it's gonna sit. Now that shouldn't be anywhere touching the first wheel, which it's not. Staying out of the way.
If we
And
had a
then I
cam
just gotta.
straight down on it, we would probably be able to see it really, actually in real time. But
Yeah, but it's gonna cook the camera because of the heat
yeah.
coming up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely want to get one of these machines. Which one do you have, Andy? What generation?
I think Andy's got the second gen.
Okay. You may have said so earlier. I just don't remember.
Let me see what this thing looks like. Let me grab a glove. I want to make sure that's not getting too hot in there. And it's not facing
Gen
the
2,
machine.
yeah. That's a pretty good idea, Andy, about the chair and letting them drop on the edge of the table. Just drop down in a container. Mm-hmm. But you could do it any way you want. Personal preference.
Ooh, that motherfucker is hot. Ooh.
Hey.
I just stuck my hands against and it left
Be
my
careful.
fingerprints on there. Don't do that. Be careful with the
Don't run the
temperature.
same brass twice. Get a whole bunch of other old brass.
No. What I'm doing is I'm setting it the where I want it hitting it because I don't want it hitting the machine at all.
Mm-hmm. We'll throw you a cold one in there when you do it, though. Another cold one. Get you a handful of them that you don't care about, that you just want to scrap. Use for setup tools, Setup. There you go.
Get this one out of the way so I don't get them confused.
1, 2.
And this is at, what is this, 5, whatever 5 is. Now, Andy, ask Andy on this, when 5, is that 5 seconds, or is that just the speed number 5? Because I know it's got speed 1 to 10.
Andy says get a needle nose plier. Interesting.
See, I'm starting to get that. If you guys can see, I'm starting to get that chrome look on the shoulder, and that's what I'm looking for. I would think that I would also have some black coloration, but it's chrome on the shoulder.
He says
and a little bit down from the top, a little bit.
And he says it's a percentage of speed, not necessarily a time, but it still gives you a gauge to work off of, to how many seconds to.
Yeah, but is lowered the numbers faster?
Question for you, Andy. Echo's got.
Yeah, if the number's lower, is it faster or is it slower? Because it appears to me that it's slower. The higher the number is, the slower it gets. Like, okay, what we'll do here is we'll start.
Yeah, he says lower, slower. Matt Man said the flame looks a bit low. You do this too, Matt Man. Yep.
Lower is slower. Okay, because that's weird. Because when I go. Okay, yeah. It's speeding up. I can hear I can hear it. Okay, so that's slower.
Slower would fry the brass more, and faster the shorter time. So, yeah. Makes sense.
What is this? It was at 1, so I'm not going to mess with that again. You know what?
Good comment, Critter.
Okay, it's at 5.5. So we're at 5.
Oh, okay. Max has the amp now, but he used to have this machine. Cool. Andy says leave the menu button alone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I left it at 1, whatever 1 is, Andy. Because when I first hit it, that's what it went to, and I flipped through it, and I realized I probably didn't want to do that. I'm at 5, whatever that is, and at 1.
I've seen some people do it a little bit, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds. It kind of varies on YouTube, what I've seen, but it's somewhere in that ballpark, I think.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Andy. Yeah.
4 to 5 seconds is kind of what I've been seeing too. And I know I'm getting the temperature close because this case is hot, even with these gloves on. Mm-hmm. Even the body of it's getting hot, so it's got to be over 500 degrees because it's starting to cook through the gloves. These gloves are not rated for that temperature.
Actually, I think was going to start the show at 8:30. I think I forgot.
As you guys can see, I've got my finger running on the edge of this wheel, and it's not getting, it's ice cold.
Good.
So the way I've got it set, it would appear to be where it needs to be set, but we're going to look at a top down, see how we get this. And I'm going to count. I agree with you,
Andy. It varies. Listen to this echo.
1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Okay, so 5 is 5 seconds.
Echo.
Yes.
Andy says it varies depending on how you have the flame set. I agree. So depending on if you got it a little closer, a little further back, that
Yeah.
time would actually vary. And he's got a,
Yes.
yeah, makes
And
sense.
how big the flame was, how much heat you got coming off of it. Mine is very minimal because I don't want any of the side, on like this is one of those
Hey,
um
Kyle.
lights bright or this is one of those torch heads that's been made for like 100 years. Let me
Mhm.
guys tell you guys what the brand is. You guys will notice if you guys have ever soldered copper pipe before in an older house.
Probably
Um,
Burns-O-Matic.
it's Burns-O-Matic. It's been around since probably the late 1800s,
Hmm.
and basically that's who makes the torch. And I've got it turned down low so that there's no torch. Usually these torches will blow a center stream like a pencil, and they'll have a like a burst of it around the base, and that creates a lot of heat off to the sides of the torch, which would cause me to start melting wheels and damage the machine. So at keeping it small like that, I can keep the torch from overheating the machine. And if I need to, I'll just add more time or reduce the amount of time. Like right now, I'm going to turn this down. Let's
Okay.
see.
Pac-Man's got a good comment here.
Yeah.
He says, "Can you show me on a case where the flame is hitting?"
Where?
We might could
Oh,
do it
yeah.
after
Where is
he.
it
Yeah, he can.
hitting?
He probably can. I'll blow him up, you guys, and he can put it close to the camera and see if it'll focus. I'm not sure it will. Hang on. Uh, yeah, I don't know if I can even see it. Tell you the truth, the lighting. Um, hang on. Let me take that off. Hold on a minute. Sorry, guys. I'm like I say, I'm not used to being on this side having control, even though it's my channel. Uh, mm, it's a everything's kind of yellow looking in that room, so it's hard for me to look at it. I can't
It
tell.
might be because the gloves
Yeah,
are a tan color, but
yeah.
what I'm seeing, guys, is I'm seeing like a chrome color on the neck, but it's
Hmm.
black as well, and
Right.
it's chromed down to about a 16th of an inch into the body of the top of it, and then it goes back to brass color, and
Hmm.
it's kind of a purplish blue on the neck into the top of the shoulder, a purplish blue, guys. And it
Hmm.
looks like it's black about a 16th of an inch below the shoulder, the bottom of the
Right.
shoulder. So
Put
I
your
think
thumb
I'm
to
annealing it.
put your thumb to where the color ends. That way we can have a gauge. That's the only way I can
Okay,
think
hold on.
of to be able to know.
Hold
What do
on.
you guys think? Is that a good idea or not? It would give us more of a so the flame is that short? It should be a little further down, I was thinking.
No, 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 no,
Uh,
no. The flame is supposed to be
I meant
pointed at the junction between the neck and the shoulder.
I agree, but the discoloration goes even on my military cartridge here. It goes quite a bit down off the
It may
below the
go
datum,
further
right there.
down, but the only thing
Yeah.
I'm really trying to anneal, I'm adding more time.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
I am going to add more
Mhm.
time because I think that I'm not kneeling it enough. But
Mhm.
all I really want is just past the shoulder
Mhm.
because that's the only
Right.
thing that I'm really work hardening.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. But I'm gonna pull mine where the military line is. If I see
It's
I'm
about
gonna
a
pull my
quarter of an
2 brass,
inch.
and I'm gonna do it exactly
Yeah, it's
like that.
quarter of an
So,
inch below the
mhm.
shoulder, top of the shoulder. I've already looked into
Yeah.
that. All right, let's go ahead. I slowed it down to 4.9.
Appreciate you dropping by, Kyle.
What,
I
Kyle
don't.
Stiles is here? Hey, Mr. Lusk, what's going on?
Somebody, hold on, guys. I may have to jump out for a second. I'll be right back.
All right. Seems like that is getting a little bit hotter on there because I'm getting a little bit color change, a little tiny bit further. Thing is, I do not want to over anneal, because if you make the neck too soft, you can have a serious problem seating a bullet. It'll want to grab onto the bullet, and it'll collapse the neck into the shoulder. So let's see where this thing is hitting.
Sorry, guys. I'm back. Hey, Rollis. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm bringing in Mac. Let's see. Hang on. Let me.
Woo, that shit's hot. Excuse me. When you grab something warm, woo.
I'm going to put the link for you in the side chat, Mac, so you can come on. And you all let me know when you want to come on. If you don't, you know, hang on. I'll send that to you. There's your link, Mac. Appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, get somebody that knows, that's done some annealing, maybe give us some advice on this, because I'm just new at this. This is the first time I've turned this machine on.
Absolutely, Kyle.
What's Kyle up to?
Does anybody, I'm going to ask a question. Can anybody tell me the difference between Veterans Day and Memorial Day in simple terms?
Absolutely, Kyle. What's Kyle up to?
Why am I hearing an echo?
Does anybody, I'm going to ask a question. Can anybody tell me the difference between Veterans Day and Memorial Day?
I don't know why that's happening.
Absolutely,
that may
he's
be
got
Matt.
He's got
What's Kyle
his.
up to? Why am I hearing
echo, Matt?
Does anybody,
No, it ain't
I'm going
me.
to ask a question. Can anybody tell me the difference between Veterans Day and Memorial Day?
I don't know why that's happening.
Absolutely, Kyle up to?
Yeah, we're getting feedback.
Does anybody, I'm going to ask a question. Can anybody tell me the difference between Veterans Day and Memorial Day? I don't know why that's happening. Absolutely.
Yeah, the audio's bleeding out. Matt.
Is it me or?
Yeah, I just let me test you again. Yes. Yeah, it's you. I muted you and it stopped.
The audio's bleeding out.
Yeah.
Is it me or?
Yeah, I just
Okay. Hang on. Sorry, Kyle. Hold on. Wait a minute. There you go. Sorry, Kyle.
Was that a rhetorical question, or do you actually want an answer?
I wanted an answer.
Memorial Day is to remember the ones that didn't come home.
Mm-hmm.
Veterans Day is the day to thank the ones that served.
You got it. A lot of young people probably couldn't answer that. Because we always go, what, Happy Memorial Day? And it's really not a happy day. I mean,
No, it's not.
But, hey, Mac, hang on. Let me put Mac in there.
We always go, what, Happy Memorial Day? And it's really not a happy day.
Yeah, he's got YouTube going in the background.
Have you got YouTube in another browser?
Happy Memorial Day. And it's
we're getting, okay, it stopped then.
Is that better?
Yeah, he cut it. Yeah. He cut it off.
Sorry, guys.
That's all right, brother. It happens sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
Now,
yeah,
but I got you on
sometimes.
here, and I got Kyle on here now. You guys are looking at this brass. Can either of you see this?
Let me blow you up, Echo.
All right. You see where your right index finger top of it is?
I see that. Yeah.
It should change color slowly and start turning back to brass right about where your right index finger is.
That's what I was thinking, Kyle. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You have to soften the shoulder as you do it. I've never done it with one of those machines. I've done it with a blowtorch and a drill, and put the brass in the socket.
Yeah, I've heard that technique. A lot of people use it.
It needs you got to get that shoulder as well.
Yeah, I'm hitting it now. I'm getting it right into the shoulder and the neck with the brass, and it's giving me like a purplish color all the way down into the top of the piece of brass, but no more than about 1/4 of an inch into the actual body of the brass. So that is exactly probably, I think, what I want.
And are you quenching those when you drop them?
No, I've been told that it doesn't really matter.
Do you prefer to quench, Kyle? Is it?
Well, if I'm doing it with a crack torch and a drill, yeah.
He's like a crack torch in a drill.
I thought about trying that method.
I gotta make do with what I got, you know.
It's a good technique if you master it. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you can blow through some 300 black.
There you go, Mac. Hang on. That's what I was talking about.
That's gorgeous right there.
Absolutely. That's what I was remembering in my head. That's basically a replica of a military cartridge.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I see see that right there, the shine right into the bottom where it chrome. Okay, so I know what to look for now. Okay. Let me see what I got.
I think what you need to do, Echo, you need a bigger flame. And you need to be doing it. You need to be doing quicker. You're leaving the flame on the case too long, so it's spreading the heat down into the body. You got that flame too small, and you're turning the wheels too slow. You need to speed it up.
All right.
All you're trying to do is heat the neck and the shoulder.
All right.
This is Cole, guys. He hasn't never did this. I mean, this is what you see is what you get.
Oh no.
We need your help.
We dig it, and I understand it. And Mac, that's spectacular advice.
I asked him earlier, Kyle. I said, "Did you practice any of this?" And he said, "No." I said, "Okay."
I said, "Hell no. Nobody else does when they do it for the first time."
I rehearse, but I even set my cameras up.
People
and all that,
to be able to realize, hey, look, this is me doing this for the first time.
That's a better flame now, and see the inner flame. Where you got that really bright part.
Yeah.
You got the flame, which is like 2 inches or 3 inches long, and then you've got that really bright part in the middle, looks like a little needle.
Yeah, it's blue.
Yeah, that part, that little point of that part needs to be just touching your case.
Absolutely. I see what you're talking about.
All right, let me get this adjusted.
I was unsure on that.
I think this is longer now, so I'm going to have to move the torch. I
got this blown up, guys, on my 27-inch screen, so I can't see you all. I'm just watching Echo here, so bear with me a minute. I'll
right.
The side chat and talk to y'all.
Now, once you get it figured out, this is what I've heard from a lot of people. Make a measurement or take a paint stirring stick, and cut it to fit. That way you can put it right back there every time the same way. Does that make sense?
Oh,
yeah. Okay, yeah, the body of the brass is much cooler.
I don't understand. Explain that paint stick thing a little bit better, Kyle.
The distance between the annealing machine and the propane tank.
Right.
See how he's got it on a stand? Take a paint stirring stick, mark it, and cut it, and then you can be pretty dang close the next time you set it up if you move it off the bench.
Lift it up a bit, Echo.
Okay, I've got you
and angle the top towards the camera.
We got Logitech cams for some reason. Something to do with your light, Echo, in there. It's just really golden it out.
Hold on, this might be it. Hold on.
Let's try a different lighting area so we can absolutely see it.
Is that picking up better?
Oh, it's more orange, but some reason it's orange color, the temperature of the light.
Looks to me like you need to move the flame a little further down towards the shoulder.
I wish I could see it.
Okay.
Max, his lighting's pretty good. I can't tell.
Put a shell back in so I can see where it's hitting when it's turning on the machine, Echo.
All right. With the light off or with the light on?
Turn the light off.
Okay. Woo! Dropping some brass. I got it. That thing's warm, but not as warm as the other ones were.
We appreciate
And that's
Kyle, you being
problem.
here, Mike, man. Mike.
Yeah, the heat isn't migrating now nearly as fast.
That's what Andy was saying. It's either Andy
Yeah,
or AR Gun.
That's right there, and it's perfectly centered on the shell. But I can't. I just want to see where it's actually. We'd have to see from above or from the side to see where that flame is contacting that shell with you.
I might be able to get. Hold on, let me try to do an angle.
He's got two
firing
cams
at it
to work with.
Because from if I go far enough away, the heat won't transfer that far, and I might be able to.
There, that should be good there. That should be good there.
Is that good right there?
Yeah. Pop one in so we can see.
All right.
Okay.
Right, it needs to go in a little bit.
Okay.
I've never done it, so I can't even.
Like that, yeah. Drop one back in again.
All right.
Which would be a new one. Mac, do you use the same like 10 or 20 setups, the brass over and over, keep it separated, and you just set it up over and over with it? A lot of people do that.
I got a different.
You have setup brass, right, Mac?
That looks pretty good.
That's right there. Now I think you're pretty smack on where it's hitting now, Echo. You just need to get the timing right to be able to anneal just enough.
Right. Trying to step out of the way without busting my ass. So let me look at this thing and see. Yeah, it's.
I've got my screen blown up, so all I can see is Echo's entire thing.
Yeah, it looks about like I'm getting. It looks about like a 1/4 inch down into the body. It looks very similar to Max brass like this.
That's
now I am feeling a little bit more heat in the body, but
right,
it does feel better.
Oh, now we can see.
Yeah, that's
move your hand. Move your hand back. Your hand's making it dark. Take your hand away.
Your hand away.
Tilt it back.
Tilt it, because we can see it first.
Tilt it back.
Tilt it back. There you go.
There you go.
A little more.
That's where you need to be. That's right. Okay. You're coming down enough into you're passing the shoulder, and you're just coming down into the body, and you've done your neck and your body there.
That looks good to me.
Awesome, guys. I'm about to do a bunch more cartridges.
Do one more fresh one, and then show us the color again.
Some fresh ones.
And you all out there, you can blow your screens up too, and probably get a closer look.
Yeah, if you guys get blow it up on the full thing, you can get a little bit better view. You want me to turn the light out again?
No, just leave it run so we can see, just to make sure.
Yeah, that looks pretty good, right?
That looks pretty damn good to me too. I mean, as far as a blind man can see. All right, now let's start loading this thing up.
If you just look at that one that's dropped, Echo.
Hang on. Let's look and see what you got. What just dropped out. Just let it keep running.
Burn yourself now.
Yeah, I don't want to cook my hands.
No.
But it hits on this stainless steel top, or
burn
the
is
steel
the worst
top,
infection
and it pulls
you can get.
The heat out.
Gotcha.
I've got a 6 or 7 inch by 3 inch metal loaf can that I drop them into, and I just stack them in that. So that's what you want to get, and it'll stop them rolling around.
The one that's pointing at me looks pretty good from here.
This one?
Yep. Put your gloves back on, man. Come on.
I got a glove on my right hand. I have to use my left. That's
He's bound to burn himself. He wants to burn that finger.
All right, rock it back. Rock it back.
Let me blow it up. tilt it a little different. Let's see. Now, once you get your skin behind there, it washes out for us. We do better when the light is in that yellow wall.
Drop your hand down a bit.
All right, drop your hand down. There you okay. Huh. I see it.
Tilt it to the camera slowly, the top.
Okay, hold on. Let me get re-stabilized here so I don't fall down.
There's times we get a clear shot.
So is it about 1/4 inch off that shoulder that is coming down?
Yeah.
The color in, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Certainly is.
Okay.
In some areas, it just barely goes past 1/4. Just a tad bit, like it migrated a little bit. The color did.
Yeah, mine does. As I turn mine, it's all different height all the way around.
Right. Yeah. That's what I got too.
And
but that looks about where you want to be.
So that's
Kyle
what I
and
wanna
Mac,
hear.
what do you look at when you're seeing it glow? What color are you looking at? The brass to turn. Now, this is for the audience. I'm not asking.
I do not want it to get red.
Okay. No red.
Because you can buy that. You can buy that paint as well that you can put on. You can buy the paint that turns, which is you might be worth getting one of those just to get yourself used to it until you know what color.
I agree. Yeah, that'd be good, Mike.
But it looks like they're coming out right there.
Yeah, I got a pan. The problem is the pan is too tall to fit underneath there.
You need to do what Andy said. Pull that thing out to the edge of the table.
Yeah,
and
I could put it in a drawer.
Yeah,
you know, like that.
Would work.
No, because you're dropping them too far.
Oh, you're dropping them too far. It's going to dent them.
Because remember, they're soft now that they're hot, and you don't want to be.
And they're hot. Yeah.
You want a metal pan like that, but about 1 inch shorter.
Yep. I get one off of Amazon. I'm sure they sell them on there for people cooking and stuff like that.
I always just quench mine in a plastic Folgers coffee can.
Let me blow you up.
The way I do it.
Okay, show us, Mike. There you go.
It's just a little loaf pen.
What size is it?
It's probably 3 inches by 6 inches and maybe 2 inches high.
Okay. Got it.
Now, what I can do is I can go in here with this. I can see the damn buttons. Let this drop.
PG.
And I don't know. You say you quench them, Kyle? Do you?
I do. I drop them in a one of these.
Blow you up, Kyle.
I'm dying to see how many of these damn things. I think I'm gonna have a Lucille Ball moment here for everyone.
Because I always thought if you heat something up and drop it in water, it hardens it.
Yeah,
well,
not with brass.
It's a little different with the chemical makeup of brass. It hardens what you need to be hardened, but it leaves everything else softer. I don't know, and like Echo said, I've heard it both ways. That's the way I've always done it, and I've got I don't know 25 firings on the same 308 round, and mine are hot.
Wow.
And then once they stick in the chamber, after I pull the trigger, I take it out, throw it in the brass bucket at the range.
So you're shooting your 308 25 times, reloading it and sizing it?
Yeah.
Wow.
With hot ass rounds.
And here, this is funny. What I was getting at before. Can you hear me, AR?
Yes.
Okay, you're going to remember this. Remember Lucille Ball, I Love Lucy, when her and Ethel worked at the soda plant and the thing started coming so fast that they couldn't keep up with it. Kyle, you remember that, right? That famous.
Was it the soda or the cherries?
It was one or the other. I can't remember, but they just kept coming and they were like shoving them in places they weren't supposed to put them, like under the machine.
That was cherries.
Yes, that was cherries.
Yeah, that was a great episode.
It's been so many years for me. I can't even hardly recall many.
I think I'm gonna have a moment like this pretty soon. I'm gonna put on my other glove before I do. I'm gonna be like, there's so many cases coming. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them.
I'm getting me one soon.
I wouldn't do more than 50. I wouldn't do more than 50, and then go to reload them and see with your case comparator and everything, and see how well it works. You know what I'm saying? Get your guy, because you're going to have to reset your guy.
Oh yeah. You know what I did just to kind of get an idea? I squeezed the neck on one, and it was, you know, it's kind of hard. I ran another case through the annealer machine and squeezed it after it cooled down, and it bent much easier. Huh. I don't know how scientific that is, but that's some redneck scientificness or science for you.
Yep.
Ask Karen if we got paid this week. If we got paid this week,
you're gonna load it up, aren't you, Echo?
I'm doing all the ones I got to use my fingers because that is too dexterous for my old hands.
Yeah.
How many? Excuse me. How many seconds is it going? I mean, how many seconds is that? How many seconds you think that is in the flame?
It's probably, I think that number is close to being 5.2 seconds or 5 seconds, you know, whatever. Okay, now this is what I'm gonna do.
You know what I would do?
Be the Laurel and Hardy guy doing this.
I would try the cell phone and put a timer on it and try to stop it when it did it. But that's something I would do.
See, they fall flat onto my table and they don't roll because that's a level bench. So it's kind of cool because I was like, when I was doing it before, I was like kind of impressed. I was like, look, they barely move. They don't do anything. They just. They just sit there.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. How many of those you're going to get?
That's impressive.
Yeah, that's impressive. Look at that.
Wow.
Just stack those for me, would you please? Look at that.
Well, you got that thing set up just right.
I got this. Apparently. I got it tuned. And you fellas want to know how to do it? This machine came and it would kind of move around on the bench. So look at that. That's like I don't know how many that is, but I would have at least won $100. I put furniture feet with Gorilla Glue on it. They're 1/4-inch little circle things, and I will put a link in my video that I do on my channel for them. And I put them on the feet of put it on 4 underneath this stainless steel machine, because when he bends them, he's using a brake. Mm-hmm. And when he bent it, he didn't get it just perfect. You know, I mean, it's close, but it's not exactly perfect. But it doesn't really matter. The thing that I'm getting at, you can fix it with these little furniture feet that I ordered off of Amazon. I knew what I wanted. I just didn't know what the hell they were called, because I knew that a rubber soft enough, and the rubber is, look at that. Just keep stacking them.
Wow. That
is amazing. I'm gonna have to send the guy an email of this live stream and be like, "Hey, look."
That is impressive.
Hey, Wes Covina, appreciate you dropping by.
Look at that. That is just amazing.
Walter, he's with us.
Hey, Walter Bunning, what's going on, brother? Wes Covina, what's going on, sir?
See who all we got here. GG.
Yeah, Echo. I wouldn't do more than what's in that hopper until I ran them through, reset the dies, remeasured everything, and all that, because you might end up having to redo them if something happens.
Yeah, this is just all of them. I mean, I've got a few over here. I wonder if I should run those back through, the ones that I didn't do. You think I should do that, Mac, or not?
I don't think it does any harm.
Yeah, okay. As long as there's no harm in doing it, I'll run these through again to make sure that
put one up against the camera again, Echo, the next one that comes out.
All right.
Just trying to catch, just making sure on the color, that's all.
blow you up. Hang on. Blow you up, Echo.
Do what, brother?
I'm
Yeah,
blowing
it
you
looks
up.
like it's coming down about quarter. Is it still showing about quarter of an inch of color on
Yeah.
that?
Tilt
Yeah,
it.
I think you're pretty good there now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's weird with the lighting, but you can actually see it.
You can see
Yeah.
it better than the ones hitting the table from further away.
Yeah.
That would be good to aim the camera down at the table. That color probably would it would show.
Oh yeah, that is a probably good idea. Hold on, let me do that exactly that. Let me get my finger off
Just
of that
leave it like
6,000
just
degree.
cam right down on it. Let us see it, and then
Turn it away. Turn
Turn
the
it
top
away?
away from the camera a bit.
Okay, like that.
No.
No.
Like this?
As you're looking at it, pointed at like 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock, but with the neck down so we can see it.
We're gonna have to reline the camera or something here.
Hold on, I'm having a Lucille Ball
Yeah.
moment here, gentlemen.
You're doing good. Don't worry.
Yeah, they look that they're about right there. But I would probably invest in the paint. Get the paint and paint one, and you'll know then that you're leaving it. You might have to leave it in just a touch longer as that paint changes color. So it'd be well worth you.
There you go. That one dead center looks pretty dang good to me.
Yeah, they're coming out. They're coming out pretty good.
I don't think you're going to have a problem with it.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to hear.
Just don't do it too long.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
If you go too long, what happens?
You anneal the body of the brass and you cause case head separation or the whole cartridge to detonate.
Yeah, you would damage the integrity of it.
What's known in mechanics words a sidewall blowout.
Right.
Zipper rupture, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, there goes my phone. My audio's not too hot, is it, guys?
No, you're perfect, brother.
Okay.
You sounding great, man. I just wanted to hop on here and say hello for a minute. Didn't know I was going to be involved.
Oh yeah, we're involved.
Oh, we needed you, man.
Everybody gets a job.
Mm-hmm.
Pull the camera away again.
I Love Lucy didn't happen. Hey, you know what, Mac? I tell you, I appreciate you helping too as well. But I did picture me having like these cartridges rolling like all over the place, and me being like, "Oh my god," and like dropping the whole bucket.
Just don't shove them in your shirt like Lucy did.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like,
"Hey guys, I figured he'd burn his fingertips off, where he wouldn't have no fingerprint."
Oh
yeah.
Move the camera, Echo. Move the camera back. We're just seeing an empty table now.
Okay.
There you go.
Is that a good view right there?
Yeah, that's better.
Actually, the best view we just saw was where the camera was when you sat the bucket up under it. That was the best lighting that we've had.
Oh, you mean when it was sitting over here?
Before you moved the camera and you sat the bucket right there next to the annealies.
Mm-hmm.
Put it back down to the table. No. Right.
No.
I mean, just 30 seconds before, right where you had it, you were shining at the table. Yeah, sit the bucket up there.
Yeah. These Logitech cams they're not that good of a sensor on them.
There you go.
Can you see that better?
Move it more towards the machine.
Machine, yeah. No,
Move
towards the machine.
Towards the machine.
Keep going. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are fine.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to throw the rest of these through here real quick.
But I actually would get the little paint marker or the
That's
paint
cool.
pen, and that way you can figure out your timing. Just sit there with a flashlight and look at them.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as that turns to liquid, there's your time right there.
Yeah, the guy says between 5 and 6 seconds is what you need.
What are you doing there? What 30-06?
These are the ones that I did originally that I didn't really do that well.
No, I'm saying what caliber?
308 Winchester.
308. Okay. I do mine a little under 5 seconds.
Interesting.
I've got a metronome, and I can set it to a 5-second tick, tick, tick.
Yeah.
And so I just wait and hold it on there and then dump it. Put
That's
another
a
one
good
in
idea,
there.
Kyle. A metronome.
Hold it on there, dump it.
I see that temple light. Yeah, that's a
And
good
you can
idea.
use-
That metronome.
This is the stuff I used to use.
Let's see. Yeah.
And then you got and then you can buy different temperatures in the paint.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay. Great. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that stuff from high school at shop class.
Yeah. So I can't remember that. I bought 3 or 4 different temperatures, and I can't remember which is the one we use on the brass. I think it's the yellowy one we use, which is maybe 700 degrees, is it?
Right.
I don't remember.
700. Yeah, maybe because maybe by the time it reads 700, it's 750 at the actual neck.
What happened, guys? The Templac actually gets liquid
Yes.
when you put it on the
It
brass?
turns color. It actually turns a weird color.
Okay.
It'll go from yellow to purple or something, I think.
Yeah. Each temperature is a little different.
Mm-hmm.
But it does some crazy. It just changes color. You can tell it's kind of been cooked.
Then after a while, you just kind of know what the brass looks like, and know when it's right, because you kind of remember the Templac.
Right.
Yeah, you put on.
Here's my next adventure.
Mm-hmm. What's that?
Well,
yeah, Kyle, hang on. What you got?
Thanks to Master Sergeant Bulldog, a kneeling salt.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna hook it up to my
Cool.
my PID, set it at 500 degrees, and you hold each one of them in there for about 5 seconds and be done with it.
I've heard of it. I had never really watched.
I've never tried it. When Willie was here, we were going to play with it. We ran out of time. We were having so much fun going and meeting everybody and hanging out and doing this. And I mean, good Lord, we were having so much fun. Watch your fingers,
Isn't that
man.
good?
That's probably warm.
Oh no, it's off.
No, I'm talking about it's still probably warm.
Oh yeah, the brass. Yeah, I'm sure it'll take some fingerprints off.
But
Wes
yeah, me
Covina
and Willie were going to make a video playing with it because neither one of us know how to do it. I've watched a couple of videos and I learned just enough to be ignorant at it, and we were going to figure it out together on camera.
Yeah, that
We can get
it
around
works. From the guys that I know that have actually done it, it's supposed to be one of the easiest ways to do it. But it just spooked me that you have salt at nearly 1,000 degrees.
No, 500.
Oh, okay. Well, 500.
What's
That's still
500
hot.
degrees? What's 500 degrees amongst friends?
I got this highlighted, guys, because I mentioned that earlier in the stream, something about a color. Wes Covina does it to a dull red at night and then dump in water.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. With the
I
lights
can see Andy 79Z28 and GGW Reloading are both at 750. So you need to get the paint that changes at 750.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate your input, everyone in the side chat.
Oh yeah.
They're saying with salt annealing, set it at 500 on your PID, and you're good. 5 seconds each case. Bing, bang, pow. He also sent me one of them small Lee melters, the small ones, not the bottom port. And actually sent me the the jig that you set your depth with. So all you have to do is sit there with a pair of gloves and go bloop and reach over and go bloop. And then by the time you do the second bloop, you pull this one out and throw it in the water. And then you take another one and then you pull this one out and set it in the water and grab another one. And you pull this one out, set it in the water. Of everything that I've seen, you develop one heck of a rhythm, and you can do a lot of brass really quick with it. And it won't overheat the brass.
Wow. That would be a good live stream, Kyle.
That's what me and Willie were thinking, but we never got around to it. We were too busy casting and powder coating, and we were shooting. I mean, good God. Hell, he was here for 3 weeks, and I didn't have an empty minute, even when I took days off from work.
Now, one of these cases has been over annealed because I think I dumped it in here like an idiot.
I wish I could have got out there with you guys.
Well, you were more than welcome.
I know. I appreciate the invite.
Yeah, so I do all my annealing on the. I'm lucky enough. I got that amp annealer, and I've got the Aztec program on it as well. So I'll have to do once I get a bunch of brass. I'll do a video on it and post it up on my site on how that machine works.
Yeah, that'd be cool as well.
It was a lot of money, but wow, does a nice job.
I think the Neelys is about my speed. I could handle it and kind of get the rhythm of it. I probably could do the socket like Kyle's talking.
Well, I mean, if you only like, this is when I was cutting my own 300 blackout casings out of 223s, because it puts a lot of stress on that 223 casing to reform it. And I got to looking around. I take I think it's a 12 millimeter socket, drop it in there, get it spinning on slow, and just go right before it turns red and dump it in the water. And I'll get, I don't know, probably 8 or 10 reloadings depending on what I'm doing. And since I was shooting subsonic, they're not that high pressure. I'd get between 8 or 10 reloadings on one casing, and it took me 14 seconds to make it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it wasn't that big a deal, and I didn't have to spend any money.
It's definitely working on your 308 because you're getting 25 loads off of it. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Let's see what everybody's.
Yeah, it's GGW. It's induction annealer. And what it does is you have to you sacrifice one piece. Once you get all your brass into batches, you have to sacrifice one piece. You'll put one into it, and it actually cooks that brass right the way through, and it basically burns it through, so it knows exactly what that thickness and everything on that brass to get a perfect anneal on that batch. And then once you forfeit one, and then it gives you a code. And you keep that code. So every time you go back in to anneal that brass next time, all you do is you just put that code in, and it remembers how long to anneal it for.
Wow.
And it's
insane.
Andy just mentioned Shane. We hadn't seen his video. Andy, throw a link to your channel in here for everyone. I already know how to get there, but if you want to throw a link in, you got a wrench. I'll go watch him. I just haven't.
Yeah, you don't have Andy
lately,
on your channel and channels.
He's got audio issues, so he don't. I've been subbed to him a long time, and I watch him occasionally.
No. I was talking about the channel thing on YouTube. Your channel. You know how you can go into a thing called channels, and you. No,
I don't have him listed.
Oh, you don't. Okay.
I don't have many, just a few.
Yeah,
I'll add you, Andy.
Yeah.
Bottom of
you guys are looking for him. I've got him on my channel. If in channels, if you can't find him just by looking it up.
Yeah, I need to put you on, Mac. So little thing at the
like
bottom of our channel.
You got to figure out where the space is, or the hyphen, or something like that. It's kind of weird, but they're making it harder and harder for us to find each other. Is what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember when you could just click on a person's little icon or their whatever you call that thing, the avatar or your thumbnail or whatever it is.
Yep,
And
boom, right there.
yeah, and it would take you right to that person's
What is this? Who's this
channel.
guy in here talking? Adolf. Who is this? Adolf Hitler. Hold on a minute.
Well, he was an early 1900s Nazi dictator that we killed.
Appreciate it, Critter. Now, somebody, we had a troll, looks like.
I love trolls. I like having fun with them.
Yeah, we had a bunch of
It's
them.
kinda
Remember? Go ahead.
One more time.
Go ahead. Okay.
No, I was saying one more time.
Oh, we had trolls that time in that shooting connection night when we all were there. Remember? They jumped.
Oh, that was fun. It was a shooting gallery up in there.
Well, this is the first time I've had it in my chat.
Hey, that means you're doing something right.
I looked up and I see Adolf Hitler Nazi Party kill all Jews forever.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude, I
boy.
love anti-Semitic. I'm just like, dude, why are you people? I'm like, really? You're still preaching that shit? Come on. And the funny thing is, they're all part of the Democratic Party. That's what people. I'm like,
step into politics. Let's don't.
Yeah.
Keep our language PG. So.
I'm trying to get this on here.
Happy
Nice and
Veterans Day. Let's not step into politics. How about that?
And you know what I tell you what not to do, gentlemen? This is what you never do right here. Are you guys familiar with the lids on the Frankfurt Arsenal? What the heck is it called? The tumbler. The
Frankfurt Arsenal tumbler.
I know.
The fart.
Yeah. And basically, I needed to get these O-rings wet so that they won't leak, and I made the mistake to lick this O-ring.
Oh, wow!
Let me tell you, never do that. Never do that. It turned my tongue like a black color, and I don't know what I just put my tongue in, but it was nasty.
Hang on, let me consult the panel of experts. Hey, Baloo, would you ever lick that damn thing? He looked at me and said, no, I wouldn't do that.
I've been thinking on a German Shepherd, Kyle.
I love her to death. She's smart as a whip. Mm-hmm. I can tell her to do a cartwheel right now, even though she's laying on the floor half asleep. She'll get excited and do it.
Walter's got it right. Fart.
Maybe dance, not cartwheel.
Hey, I can get my wife to do a cartwheel. Hold on, guys. Let me get the camera.
What are you talking about? We can't even get her to say hello to the camera.
We did once.
Get her on there and say hello.
I gotta wash my mouth out, gentlemen. Jesus.
We'd like to meet her, wouldn't we?
What, have you been licking that lid again? I can't believe you. That's got to be a joke. You really didn't do that. That's got to be a joke, or you just dropped about 50 points.
Yeah, I don't know what. I just wasn't thinking.
You don't have to tell us that. We were.
Walter said you're supposed to put hot sauce on it first.
Oh, yes. A little bit of salt, a little bit of hot sauce.
You guys ever see the color of the water that comes out of these tumblers?
Oh, yeah.
And I just stuck my tongue to that like a dummy.
I can't believe you did that.
Yeah,
just don't drink it.
I know you something else, but we can't say those words on this platform.
So I don't know if you saw, I did a small video series, guys. Did you see it with loading this? The 338 Lapause?
Yes. I watched some of that. Yeah.
I did too.
Mm-hmm.
So all I got to wait for either the brake to turn up or the suppressor, and I can go and shoot the baby.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah. So this one's been neck cut. I started off by neck cutting it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I chamfered the inside just to take any roughness off. I uniformed the primers, I neck sized it, and then obviously loaded them up and run them through the constricity tester that's from Hornady just to straighten up any tolerances in the bullet. I run it through that. So hopefully it's going to be as accurate as I can get it for the first few shoots, get them all fire formed, and then the next round, then I'll be beginning to mess around with powder charges to see what powder charge to run in it.
So what you're saying is you got 2 days worth of brass prep in each case.
And even though I made that myself,
I'll be back. Hang on, I got to take this.
Okay.
Yeah, you have the same Hornady concentricity gauge I use. I got one here.
they're a bit finicky, you know, they're a little bit awkward to use.
That's starting the bullet out though.
Sometimes it comes on the first turn. Sometimes it takes 10 or 15 times to do it.
Yeah.
See, GGW says so. Basically, Echo lead poisoned himself.
Yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of heavy metal probably in the digestive tract there. But the good thing to remember, ladies and gentlemen, is I used to chew on lead sinkers when I was a kid, fishing for bluegill, and nothing really bad ever happened to me. And I don't suggest anyone do that at home, and your mileage may vary.
I hadn't watched much of kneeling stuff in a while because I just eventually want to get that at Neely's, but not right now.
They've changed it a bit because the one that I had came with the actual flame nozzle connected to the machine, and it had a pipe going to the bottle that goes in the back of it.
Yeah.
And then I bought like a gauge. Then you could put an LED gauge in it to adjust the speed, so you know what speed it was running, and you could do like a modification. But obviously, he's changed it now to a completely different setup.
So yeah, a pretty good machine for the money.
He was saying that what happened was he doesn't shoot 300 blackout, and I was like, what? But he doesn't shoot 300 blackout, and so for his cartridges, he shoots a lot of, I guess it's bench rest shooting, so a lot of precision stuff. So, but he's all looking at cartridges that are, you know, the bodies of the cartridges are 2 inches or longer. So basically, he doesn't have a problem. So when he made the smaller wheels, it would work, but if you were just a little bit off, it would create heat induction back into the wheel and melt it. And if you just didn't have it perfect, so he went ahead and made it so you could move it all free from the machine, so that you could actually get a deflection off of the brass, so it's deflecting the heat away from the machine itself and the wheels. Like I showed in the video many a times with my finger just sitting here like this, and I couldn't feel any heat whatsoever.
You can answer that, Mac Man.
I was just
Kyle
gonna say,
did earlier.
Let's just put a question up there. So with this 338 Lepore brass, I'd probably, if I didn't anneal this, I probably could shoot it 2, maybe 3 times before it's going to start blowing the brass out because of the pressures and the heat and everything with it. Because I'm going to anneal this every time I shot it, I could get 10, 15, 20 shots out of this. And when you think this brass is probably $3 or $4 a piece, when you're loading the big stuff, 7mm mag, 300 Win mag, 338 Lepore, to get that extra money out of it to start with is really important for me. And the second thing, which is every time you kneel, you soften the neck back and the shoulder back to factory spec. So every time you reload, you're getting a very consistent neck tension on the bullet, so you can maintain a really consistent round. So obviously it's going to keep your groups nice and tight. So I think those are the two biggest things, is keeping a consistency on the neck tension and getting the extra firings out of a piece of brass. If you're not shooting expensive brass, is it worth it? If you want to get it really precise, I'd say yes, but I do it for the money side of it and the precision side of it.
Well, like Kyle said earlier, 25 308 by annealing, and he loads hot. That tells you how good annealing is. Especially
now with the cost of brass as it is everything's going through the roof. It's just. But then the machine I've got, it's probably one of the most expensive ones out there. So it's a lot of people aren't going to go for it. They can go for the annealing machine. What is it? $300 they are now. Yeah,
it's $275. How much shipping do they charge, Echo?
For the machine. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, for the machine, just the machine to my front door was $294 and like 76 cents, something like that, give or take a couple pennies. And that was to the front door. And these, I believe, now I'm trying to remember where they're made. I want to say, I know they're made right here in the US, but I'm trying to remember what state the guy lives in. Something tells me that it's out in there, and something, now I may be totally wrong, but something's telling me like out in Washington State. Is anybody, or where was it? Somebody will say in the side chat or something that knows.
Does anyone in the side chat know where the Neely's comes from?
I'm looking at the directions right in here to see if they have.
I go look on the internet, but I'm just not going to
shipping. See if they have a shipping address on here. They should. Okay.
Well, we were going to do two things tonight, but we wound up staying on the.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. No, I had a good time. I'm cool with it.
I can see Idaho. Is it Idaho Rogers just put on $400 for 1,000 pieces of 308 cases from Starline. So it's expensive. It's.
Let's see. Would it help multiple? Yes. What I would say, annealing is always good. You'll get more shots out of it. He's talking to Walter though. At Walter, almost my ammo think is fired. Brass, no telling how many times. The 1,000 brass I bought now was stored as. I would anneal it. If you got an annealer, I would anneal everything. But it's usually up to people. Some people anneal every few times, and some people do it every time, I think. Right, Matt?
Yeah, I do it every firing.
Yeah.
Because I've got the machine there, and I spent all the money on it, so I may as well use it. And it doesn't take long to go through a batch of brass in there once you've got the machine ready to go.
Idaho says $400 for 1,000 308 cases. You ain't kidding. I would anneal it.
Yeah.
I'd get everything I could get out of it, guys.
Yeah. I've got probably I've got 100 Lapua small primer. I've got a 200 Starline, 100 new in the bag, 100 once shot out of my Ruger precision rifle. But probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out there to Arizona and see Kenny, bring my rifle and get him to put a barrel on there for me that's 26 inches long and a little bit heavier duty and something that's, going to shoot the way that rifle should shoot, and have him go through and tune the action for me, pay him for that. And do a video out there while we're with him out there and hanging out, and then come back here and shoot some pinhole groups.
Wait, did you say Echo to Arizona?
Yeah.
Where in Arizona is he?
Oh my gosh. Is he in the side chat?
See you, Kyle. Have a good night, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Did Kyle already left?
Yeah.
He knows where he's at. I don't know the town exactly. Where is he? Is he in the side chat? AR?
Who?
Eagle.
No, that's what I was going to say. I haven't seen him tonight. I was thinking that before you said that.
Yeah, he might be working.
You'll have to let me know when you come over. We'll hook up. I'm in Arizona.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. That would be awesome. Come out and hang out and shoot the shenanigans up. Have to go do some of that voodoo magic on some targets.
You can come down and have a play in my loading room.
Oh yeah, go check it out. See what you
room.
Yeah,
he got that 1050.
Little do we know, he doesn't have. That's his house. Is that room? He's just like he's just like, hey honey, what's going on? And she's like, not a lot. She walks by the presses. She's like, loving every day of my life.
She won't let me have it in their house. She won't even let me hang animals up in the house, and I'm running out of space in here. She'll have a big shock next year if I end up landing a big elk, because it's going to go up in the dining room whether she likes it or not.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to be around for that conversation.
That will look cool though.
Yeah, it will.
Head rack.
The problem is, after I put that thing up in the living room, my head would be found right next to it a week later, stuffed. And then she'd be like, oh, I told you.
Echo goes to the doghouse occasionally, guys. Or almost gets in there, right, Echo?
Yeah, I get in that doghouse a lot, but I just lay down for a little bit and take a cat nap, and then I have to retreat out of there.
He's saying, I think Kyle's saying he's in North Arizona, just south of Nevada.
Okay.
So he's up quite high.
Oh,
maybe.
okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. I had forgotten that. Yeah, he is in Arizona. We should see that. He's in the desert all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. North Arizona, just south of Nevada, that lake. Okay. Appreciate you guys dropping in tonight. I enjoyed this.
Andy, 79Z is on his way. He's going to bed.
Who is?
Andy, 79Z28.
Oh, yeah, Andy, have a good night, man.
Take it easy,
Appreciate you
Andy.
coming on and your input tonight.
I appreciate it, Andy. Thank you.
Actually,
Kyle,
we
I
couldn't have did it
appreciate
without
it.
you.
Yeah, we had
Andy
Mac and Kyle helping us.
Mm-hmm. Big help.
It's always fun doing a bit of kneeling for the first time. It's definitely a learning curve.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be something really cool too. I know, because what I've had an issue with velocities, being just not just 2-digit spreads, extreme spreads of like 34 feet per second, and that's on brass that has been reloaded 3 or 4 times. And I was just like, there's got to be a way to cut this extreme spread and this deviation down from round to round, because it's causing vertical streaming past 300 yards. And so basically, I found out about annealing, and I talked to a couple of guys, Kyle, I talked to MacMan, and I talked to a couple other guys, and they swear by it. So they says it solved their problem almost immediately with their stringing.
Oh yeah, you'll see a big difference. You'll see straight away. Next time you load them and take them out, you'll see straight away the difference.
Taking out the banner, guys, 9mm tonight. Hey, there we go.
Well, you can do some 9mm, man. What are you talking about? What you got? Some
Yeah, I got it set up.
231, right? You got some. What do you have there? You got unique, right?
Yeah, I got unique out and the 9 and the scale set up and all that. Got the die set up. I think it took me 30 minutes just to prep and get all this going here.
Well, we should just keep going.
Uh,
Do some 9mm.
No, it's
You want
good
to?
enough. Oh, we got. Hold on. Comments. Good live. Keep it up, bro. Appreciate it, Uncle Jim. John. I mean, sorry, Uncle John. Yeah, it turned into a great stream. Absolutely. I enjoyed the nillies, watching it get set up, especially cold like that. No prep.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Well, I just wanted to do it like anybody else would do it, out of a box.
Mm-hmm.
Those are going to be the most instructful videos with other people that have annealed before.
Mm-hmm.
So they know what you're, what to look for, so they can help you. And then by that, somebody else can watch this, and depending on how good the video is of it, they can definitely see Mac's picture of the way it's supposed to look.
Mm-hmm.
And I made it look as close to that as I could. And everyone said the torch head was hitting where it was supposed to. And so.
Just get the template. Get that.
Yes, I'm going to get the 750. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to order that right now. Why, before I forget it. How the heck do you spell that? That was another question I had, because.
Hang on, I'll tell you. Mac might hold it up for us.
Hang on, I'll get it through now.
Yeah, he's getting it. Hang on.
Probably Amazon probably sells that stuff, I'm guessing, I'm sure.
Look at there, guys. Look, those 3 machines in the background.
Yeah.
Triplets. TEMPLLAQ.
It's TEMPILAQ.
Okay, I thought it looked like an L.
TEM. What was it? PIL.
AQ. And I think you want the 751.
Okay.
This one is the 650. You can get them all different, all the way up, and you're going to need the 751.
Appreciate it, Mac. Yeah.
Thanks, brother.
That'll really get you dialed in, Echo, too.
Yeah, that'll get you smack on it, because you'll see a change in color, and you know exactly how long you can set your machine up then. And once you've got the machine set up, what you can do is you can take a photo of the flame until you get used to it. So every time you can bring your phone up, look at the flame, you can see the size of the flame, or even, I could say, you could mark the adjuster knob on it, but probably as the gas bottle gets lower, it might change. So take a photo of the flame, and every time, just on your first piece of brass you do, just line it up to know where you're hitting it.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. You got it down, Echo?
Holy mackerel. Do you guys know? Hey, let me give you a little something of some knowledge here. Do you fellas want to take a guess how expensive a 2-ounce tube bottle of this Tempoac 750 is?
Well, before him or after him? So it would be after him right now.
No, it'd be right before. It'd be before.
It's been that high all along.
Well, no. Yeah, I get.
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
but yeah.
I'm trying not to talk political.
Yeah. Dude, it's $31.43 for it. Hold on, I'm about to tell you how much.
Wow.
Okay, 2 ounces, brother. That's more expensive than any other product that I've ever bought. I buy Loctite in the big bottles. And
you're not going to use very much of it either once you learn that temp range.
No,
I'm looking at
I'm not going to use no 2 ounces.
No, it is expensive, but it's still worth buying it to get that machine dialed in 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
Because what you'll do is you'll find that was that 308 brass you were doing today?
Yes.
So when you got 30-06 as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
You might find with your 30-06 brass, it'll be a different setting. And maybe if you go from, if you're using, say, Remington brass, and then you go to Winchester brass, it'll be a different setting again, because they're all different. So each time you buy get a batch, you're going to be wanting to test it. So even though you just tested on 1308, you'll want to do it on batches, because it's always going to change a little bit.
Okay.
I was going to say something. I can't remember what I was going to say.
So new brass from time to time will vary. You have to do little tiny tweaks to it, Max, what you're saying.
Yeah, it's even if I went and bought a batch of Remington brass today, and then next week I go and buy another box of Remington brass, and it's a different batch number, it's the same as powder. It changes. It'll be different. Yeah. So you won't see it so much with that needle machine, but when I put it into my amp and do the test on that, it'll give me a different code. It'll pick up on the different thicknesses and and everything on that brass. So every time you get a new batch, you need to test it. It might just change just fraction.
Oh, okay.
It's always different.
That's one heck of a machine you got.
I'll do a video on it. I'll try and get a video done on it. It won't be this weekend. I'm going to try and go shoot. I'm going duck hunting on Saturday morning, so most of Saturday is going to be done. But maybe next weekend I'll try and do a video. I'll do a batch of brass on that machine, and you can see what it's like.
Oh wow! You gonna have labs there retrieving?
Yeah, the guy I go hunting with, he's got a black lab that jumps off the boat and goes after the ducks.
Oh, I love labs, man. I had a chocolate lab, a half English, for 12 years and 3 months. Man, he was one smart dog. Loved ducks in the sky, buzzards, everything. I mean, he wanted it. He had real strong fetching in him. Loved it.
Yeah, this one, he'll sit there and he'll look up at the sky and he'll watch the ducks coming in, and then we shoot and then we miss, and he turns and looks at us to say, "What the hell are you doing? You missed all those ducks?" And he gives us those stupid eyes when we miss the ducks. He knows. He's so switched on.
Now, I'm gonna tell you, those labs are smart, man.
Yeah,
I was at the auto parts the other day. I've told Echo this story. I was at sitting, and I looked on the left, and there's this old Ford truck with the windows down, and this beautiful chocolate lab is sitting there looking at me. I get out, he acts aggressive, but he didn't jump out. I said, I need to talk to the owner of that because I'm wanting a pup. I said, it looks like English. I went in the store and they said, oh, the owner's over there on the, that counter or around the aisle. And I went over there and I said, is that your lab out there? And he goes, yeah. And I said, it's got English in it? He said, yeah, half. I said, I thought so. That's why I come in to speak to you. And, he's a good looking dog. And so he said, his name is Cash. And I said, he said, call him. He's probably wag his tail. I went out there and he still acted aggressive to me. And I stood against my truck. And hey, Cash. And he'd look at me for a second. Then he'd look back at the store and go, where's my owner at? Where's the alpha male? And he'd look back at me. And then I'd go, Cash. And he'd look back at the store like, where is he at? And you could tell that dog was smart.
Yeah.
He had a head on him. I love labs. They're awesome.
Yeah. They're
as a kid, I like German Shepherds a lot too. So I'm kind of thinking about a German Shepherd. Sometimes I think about a golden retriever, possibly getting one. I don't know if I can handle a lab, but I'm getting old now. And my lab used to snatch me off my feet with a leash. Actually, one time he pulled me through the front door on my stomach and dragged me because he seen a bird or a squirrel and just boom. I'm laying on my stomach and being dragged out the front door. Imagine how that looks. I still have a cut on my arm here too, from a bad one where it cut me. And, but he would get excited like that and just lunge.
Has Critic got a lab? He says, I have a 30-pound coward. Has he got a lab?
I got a 30-pound coward.
My dog was not trained for gun, but lightning hit us one day here at a pole, and I jumped. My dog didn't even flinch. He just looks up at me, and I go, boom. I went, whoa, and it blew out my internet here, killed the TV. And that dog would have been a good rescue dog probably, or even a hunter, because he just didn't seem to care. Rain did not make him fear, no lightning, nothing. I could sleep all night. He was great. He always slept next to my bed too. Let's see what Somebody said here.
What's going on in the side chat over here?
I wish you
Who's
don't get a
to see
pit bull.
West? Is it West Covin Dodge?
West Covina Dodge.
West Covina. He says no dogs, just parrots for me.
Yeah.
I looked at a parrot. They want like $3,000 for one of those baby parrots. I nearly fell on the floor when I saw the price of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, my aunt, she used to have two macaws and two of the cockatoos, I think is the big ones, the white ones like from Beretta.
All right.
Yeah, she had two of those and two of the macaws. And those birds were nothing to mess around with. The kid next door, he was like, when I was probably my teenage years, high school driving, kid next door was probably like 7 or 8 years old. And he got his entire pinky bit off. He stuck his finger in that cage, and
wow.
And they told him, "Don't put your fingers in that cage." And he lost one of his fingers. They stitched it back on, but I was like, I knew those birds were nothing to mess around with because literally the bird could kill you. I mean, people don't realize. I'm like, that bird could bite you in the throat and kill you if it wanted to. I'm not getting around nothing like that. Give me like a little cockatiel or whatever the little ones that are like 2 or 3 inches long.
Hey, echoing y'all. I got a neighbor down the street. He's got almost like a dog fence and a cover over it. It's got this big bird, the big ones with a big beak and real colorful, long tails. It's not a parrot. It's bigger than a parrot, like 4 times the size of a parrot, maybe 8. And that bird is a trip. Boy, I mean, big.
Is it a peacock?
I'll take a picture of it sometimes.
Is it a
I don't
peacock?
know what you call it. What now?
A peacock, the one that opens his tail up.
No, it looks like a parrot except with a bigger nose. You see them in Brazil a lot, or in South America. It's huge, about so big around. We're talking pretty good size. I've seen them on, I think, Miami Vice before. I can't remember now. It's been so long. But it's a very expensive bird. They got it in a cage and got it covered with a tarp. And I think it's still there. The cage is still there. I haven't heard the bird. If I see it, I'll take a picture of it. I'll zoom in.
GGW says, is it a toucan?
Okay, it might be GGW. Got that big head, that big beak on it. Beautiful bird. I love parrots when I was a kid. I think in the 1980s, I wanted in a pet store. And this parrot was sitting there talking to me, and I couldn't get over it. I said, wow, I'd love to have this thing. I always wanted a talking parrot. I think Elvis Presley had one. And a lot of times, people teach them bad words, and you walk in the room, they'll say really crazy stuff. I don't want one like that, but they can be trained. I was amazed at that as a kid, that an animal could actually speak,
West Dodge is saying that he's got a 62-year-old Amazon. Wow, do they live that long?
Oh yeah, they live really like almost like human years. We had some kind of not we, but my uncle. He had a parrot, a small parrot, and it was named Romeo. And that bird, when he had it at his restaurant, it was like 47 years old. I was like, oh my gosh. I had no idea, because you would think a small animal like that would have a high rate of heartbeat. And the smaller the animal, usually the shorter the lifespan. But yeah, parrots live a really long time.
Macaw, is that how you pronounce it? G23? Macaw. Okay, macaw. Yeah, I'd like to see that bird, West Covina. You got a 62-year-old bird. Wow.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was thinking. This was some kind of Amazon bird because it's so big.
I wonder if West Covina, is it got the yellow goldish color with blue, or is it red and green? See what he says about that.
How long those birds can live.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. And they're very, very personable. They're very smart too. I mean, they know they know a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever get that bench primer AR? Did you ever buy one?
No, not yet. No, I'm going to. I watched your video here recently several times. I think 2 different videos where he was using it. And but I definitely I've decided that's the one I want when I get it, though. Definitely.
Yeah, a couple of guys have told me to put a little bit of like Velcro, sticky Velcro on. I think it goes between the arm and the body to stop the bounce. You know, when you
Yeah,
knock
I've
it
seen
back,
that done.
So, and I think Walter told me as well that you could put a bit of Velcro, stick it in there, and it just stops the bounce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I've seen Walter's video on that actually a while back. Yeah, it's a good. Definitely, I've seen you show how it's pass flush, so it's definitely a good equipment.
And again, they're all consistent.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel if there's any difference there. You can feel that the arm doesn't go all the way down, and it hasn't seated it properly.
Who showed it on a live stream, Ram? Walter? Was he with Highboy?
So Wes Covina said his Amazon is blue front, so green with a yellow head and blue spots.
Awesome. That's an awesome bird color. That is awesome.
Kyle Lusk, and now it's an Animal Planet. Welcome to the Animal Planet show, guys.
Yes. We're going to
it don't
talk
hurt sometimes
about
to go off topic. We just go with the flow occasionally. I love reloading and shooting. But also
and you were
like
saying
animals.
about making. If you see my videos, they're all very raw. It's like when I tip my powder into my powder measure. Did you see that one when I left the side vent open? When I was loading my brass, we're loading my 3 pour on the Charge Master.
Yeah,
I had the drain open, so as soon as I dumped the powder, I ended up with powder all over my bench.
I've got one here, a 1500 too. I think I did a little bit of that. Even during a live stream, spilled a little bit of powder here. I didn't say nothing. I tried to hide.
I always leave my videos raw so people can see. Yeah, you're going to make mistakes, and it's just.
Mm-hmm.
So if you make a video that's always perfect, it's not, especially showing the people who are just starting out. It's just, I just like to show them as it is. So if I make mistakes and it goes wrong, they can see it on the video, and you just work around it. And I just like to keep everything raw as it is.
Keeping it real, really, too. Raw and real. Hey, that's a good phrase, raw and real. Hey, Hobbies, good to have you in here, Hobo. Kyle Lusk, at least it was on the bench and not the floor.
Yeah. Gigi Jablu just bought a Henry 22 lever action in blue steel.
Oh, wow.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. That is an awesome little plinker. That is a nice little rifle. Those are awesome.
Yeah. I want to get, when Marlin comes back, I want to get the 336C, not W, with all the engraving and like the gold trigger used to be, and the checkering. Yeah, all that. And the little black little plastic thing underneath the, where you grab it at.
I hope they still offer it with the gold trigger. Yeah, because I remember Marlin when Remington owned them. They discontinued the gold trigger for the last few years before they were, bought out. And I'm hoping that Ruger brings it back, because that was an actual classic model gun. It was actually, it had really nice matched walnut stock with the darker stain on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it had
black walnut.
Black walnut. Yeah, that's what it was, because it had a weird looking wood on it. And I was like, I remember seeing those, and you would only see those every once in a while because they made them in limited batch production runs.
I had a black walnut probably in 2012. I'm thinking 2011. I can't remember. I bought a 35 Remington, and it was perfect, even though it was starting to go downhill. That was before they come out with the dull ones, and the weird wood and all that. And I kept it a while, and I realized I couldn't load for it hardly, and I traded it in on another gun. I miss it though. I definitely want that version again, but I want it in 3030. That way I can load for it.
And he's saying he doesn't get it till the 22nd of this month.
Okay.
That's crazy. Over in California, you got to wait for it.
Oh yeah.
It is, yeah.
Who's buying that one? Was Walter?
GGW.
Oh, GGW.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's crazy that you guys have to wait, and like you're only allowed to buy so many guns per month. I think it's one per month, if I remember correct.
Let's see. Remington is coming to your neck. Yeah, that's right. I read that, Kyle. I forgot to mention that. I read an article today. Remington, yes.
Yes, that's right. It's coming to Georgia. They are moving.
Yeah. I'd forgotten that. Appreciate you mentioning that, Kyle.
Now, here's my question. What about the big plant that they built in Huntsville, Alabama? I mean, that plant is not 10 years old.
If I wasn't so old, I'd like to work for them. I'd like to apply if they had a manufacturing plant. But I walk in there and go, wait a minute, man, you're retirement age.
You're retirement.
Of course, this days, you know, a lot of people work to 70 and 80 now, though. You know,
dude, they would probably snatch you right up, bro.
I have manufacturing experience, so. And that's usually what they want. People is used to that type of fast-paced environment. Yeah, California.
Oh, here's a little bit of news for everybody here that does channels, gun channels and stuff. If you guys check out on my channel under channels, look down and find Guns and Barbecue. Tomorrow he's doing a video interview for his show with Sharinda from the Reloaders podcast, Georgia Shooting Connection, and she's going to be doing an interview with Guns and Barbecue John. And so look for that. I don't know if it's going to be released tomorrow, but I know he's doing it. So if you guys get a chance to stop by and subscribe to him, please do so. You'll like his channel. He does a lot of stuff, interviews with 2A type interviews. Right now, he's doing an entire series on women because they're the biggest demographic growing in the gun community right now. So he's trying to find out why and where's it coming from, and glad to have him aboard. Most definitely.
You know, G23, speaking of mag, it's weird that that party thinks that anything with a detachable mag is absolutely an assault weapon. How bizarre is that, guys? I mean, we are in the future. This is modern day America. Guns are way advanced now compared to even to the 90s, 80s and 90s. If you look at them.
Oh yeah, we've completely changed
like the party.
The way
they call themselves progressives, but on some things they've regressed. Like they're going back in time. Well, we did this, you know, back in 1990s. We can do it again. You know, it don't make sense. As far along as we are with the technology, detachable mags are normal and has been for a long time, number of years.
GGW says that it's a 1 month wait for semi-autos.
Wow, that's
wow. And you only can buy one a month.
See, what gives them the right? That's the thing. Who do they think they are? I mean, you know, I won't go there. I get frustrated.
My question is, if it's semi-autos, one a month, do they consider a lever gun a semi-automatic? Because I know it's not, but in California sometimes they will rule things in that don't really normally we wouldn't think would be like a semi-automatic, but it is a repeating rifle. I don't know if they're that bad yet, but I was just thinking about that. That would be horrible.
Where are you at, Hobo? What area of the country? Because we get flagged if we buy any number of handguns. That's horrible. Mm-mm.
It's crazy because over here, I got my my concealed carry permit. I didn't need it over here. You don't need it in Arizona. But the reason I got it was so whenever I go and buy a gun, I can show them that, and they don't even have to phone it into the ATF. So tomorrow I could go into my gun shop at 10 o'clock when it opens. I could buy 5 pistols, 10 ARs, 5 rifles, fill out the paperwork, and I could be out of there by 10 past 10 with all the guns and not even a blink of an eye.
Mm-hmm. It's that way in Georgia, Mike. We just go in there with our permit, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
Mm-hmm. But if they had their way, it wouldn't be that way. That's the thing.
Yeah, all I get is I don't have any kind of wait. In Florida, there's a 3-day cooling off period. And with a handgun concealed weapons permit, they waive the wait, but I still have to pay for a NICS background check and go through the background check.
Wow, we don't even do that here.
They charge you for a background check?
Nothing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. We just go in there, show the thing, fill out the paperwork, and I walk out.
So you pay for a background check, and if it passes, do they give that money back to you?
No. And it costs the store $5. So if you guys are getting charged, the store, now this is in Florida, I would imagine it would be the same, being that it's federal, but it may differ. So just bear in mind that your store, if they're charging you $30 to $50, it's only costing them $5. So they're using that as a stream of income. And a lot of stores, they don't want to do transfers because they've got to hold that paperwork for 20 years. They would rather just sell their guns that they sell in their store instead of having guns transferred. A lot of places are like that now. And a lot of places are just doing transfers. They'll open up an FFL just to do transfers and actually don't have any inventory.
Well, let me ask you, Echo. Florida's pro-gun, really, over the past few years. Why have they got it to where they have to, with a concealed carry permit? Who wrote that bill? Who got that going? Where you got to do a background check, even with that?
That was Republican. That was under, that was Republican. I think it was. I think it was before Scott, but it might have been with Scott. I can't remember now.
That would be who? I'm trying to think who. What's his name? He turned Democrat. Is that the one? Charlie Crist?
Yeah, Charlie Crist. It would have been him that did that.
Because I know over here, because I'm really friendly with the owner of the gun shop that I go to, because I brought it up to him one day because I was in a gun show and they were charging to do a background check. But what they do is they charge to do a background check because they were getting so many people declined. So they were spending all this time on the phone doing it. So what they do now is they charge $30 for a background check in a gun show. But if it passes, that $30 comes off your purchase. So you're not actually paying for it. So when I asked the guy in the gun shop about it, he said, no, we don't get charged for doing background checks. And they don't get charged for doing transfers. But it's the time to do a transfer. So because they're not having the sale, they're just doing the transfer. That's why they charge the $30 or $40 for a transfer, because they're not actually making any money on the purchase.
Right.
So, but it doesn't cost them anything to do a transfer, and it doesn't cost them to do a background. Well, in Arizona anyway. I don't know what it's like anywhere else.
Yeah, the thing is, it's just the way it goes. They have to make some money, and I don't begrudge stores doing that, charging money. I just think it's ridiculous when you go to a store and you do business with them all the time, and you'll have a gun come in and they'll charge you a ridiculous amount of money. Like I've heard of transfer fees in the $75 to $100 range. And I find that just a little bit steep, but then again, that was in California. So I don't know if maybe they have a set price that the state, has enforced, like, oh, you got to charge this amount of money for this fee.
I don't think it is. I think it's down to the actual shop. I think it's just because, like you say, if you've got a guy that just constantly buys guns from Gun Broker and all these places, and they transfer it to a local gun shop, and he's got to go in and he's got to do his background check. I can understand why they get pissed off, because they're doing all this paperwork. They're spending, it normally takes probably 30 to 40, 45 minutes to do the paperwork and phone it through and get it all in. So I can understand them charging people, because obviously they do all that and they're getting nothing out of it because they're not having any sales. These people are coming in and using the shop, but not buying anything with them. So I can understand why they do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, here in Georgia, here's how it goes. If you order anything on the internet, get it shipped through a store. I got one place, it's a pawn shop. I get it for $25. But outside of that, anything you buy in Georgia, no background check with the permit and no fees, no nothing. You just go, they do a background check. If you get denied, you get denied. It don't cost you nothing. You walk out the door. Or if they put you on hold. And matter of fact, if they don't get an answer in, I think 5 days.
7. Did they move it to 5?
It is 3, I think. But in Georgia, a lot of the guys that own the gun shops will not do it in 3 days. They'll wait 5 days, and you'll come and pick the gun up if they don't hear back from them. Even though the law says one thing, they tend to wait a few more days.
Yep. And a lot of stores won't even give it to you in 5 days either. They'll just tell you, hey, look, we're supposed to give this to you in 3 days, but we're going to hold it because we don't want to have to find you if this comes back as a negative for the sell. And we have to go through the whole process of marking this gun sold but not sold, and then that gun gets tied up for a while before you can resell it. There's a big thing with paperwork on firearms that most people don't realize. You have to kind of, either worked at a store or know a guy that owned one or worked at one to kind of figure it all out. But it's worth figuring out in your state how it all works, because if you're buying stuff, you should actually know how the system works so that if you have any questions.
Here in Georgia, like if I go to mom and pop, 5 days I'll pick the gun up. It depends on the company. I'll give you an example. Academy Sporting Goods, which you all have heard the name. Here in Georgia, if they don't give you a yes, they don't wait no 3 days. They don't wait no 5 days. You don't get the gun. That's just their corporate policy. So I don't go there and buy guns typically, even though I can with my permit, because I don't like their policy. So I go to mom and pops or something and get one. Yeah, I did it one time, and I decided I wasn't going to do it anymore. But anyway, it depends.
Oh yeah, because I mean, besides that, I prefer helping out the mom and pop stores better than the big box stores. There's nothing wrong with buying something if you get a good deal on it at a big box store or something like that. But I like helping out the smaller family owned or, American owned businesses that rely on stuff like that. Like even if you're in a shop and you don't have a whole lot of money, like for a gun or whatever, you could buy a box of self-defense ammo if they have it in stock, of course, or buy a t-shirt or something like that. That helps them out unbelievably, because everything they sell in the store other than guns has usually about 100% markup. Guns they make very little off of guns. If you knew how much they made off guns, you'd probably feel bad for them for as much time it takes them to sell one and write all that in. Yeah.
They don't make much markup on new guns. Used ones they can do good on, but mom and pops, but new stuff. And if they buy them in quantities, a lot bigger stores, they get a little bit more discount, I think.
Yeah. See, there's where you get you buy $20,000 worth of guns, you get a discount. But, they might have $20,000 for guns, ammunition, camping gear, the whole 9 yards. That's what their money that they've got, available to spend.
Appreciate you dropping by, Uncle Milty. I ain't seen you in a while, man. Where you been?
I hope
Appreciate
everything's
you dropping
going
by. Appreciate you dropping by, Hobo. Sorry, Echo.
That's all right, brother. I was just saying that I hope everything's going all right for him, because I haven't seen him in a little bit either.
check out Hobo's channel. Uncle Milty, do you have a channel, Uncle Milty? I think I'm subbed to you. It seems like. I don't think do you do content? I know Hobo does. I watch his.
Yeah. Hobo's got a cool channel. Actually, you know what? I should probably see about I'm trying to wonder. I know I'm subscribed to him.
See what Idaho's to see. 15 years ago, I got a call from the ATF asking if I knew how a gun I purchased in Idaho ended up in Canada. Wow. I had a gun stolen in 3336 Marlin C, stolen in 1975. Never, ever seen that gun again. Somebody got it.
It's sitting on somebody's rack in their safe somewhere.
Yeah.
That somebody traded it probably for something stupid.
I was like 21 years old. That was my first lever. Man, I loved it. I loved that gun. Had the gold trigger you're talking about. And black walnut.
So I walked into a gun shop last Friday and look what I found on the shelf.
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm.
I've
been wanting to get that one.
I've been waiting to see if I could get one. I've been on like a waiting list online with all these places and never been able to get one. And I happened to walk into my local gun shop and there's one sitting on the shelf in there. Mm-hmm. So I grabbed that pretty quick.
I seen one at Academy actually past year, and I regret not getting it because it was cheap. I think like $27, and I kicked my butt every day. I said I should have got that new book.
I think I paid like $50 for that.
Wow. Yeah, there's one gun store I know in Athens, Georgia. They got it a little higher, and I just don't want to pay that much. I'm cheap, but I do need it. Eventually get the 11th Hornady, and I need to maybe get a Spear. What else do I need to get? That's about it. And I got a few PDFs Andy gave me of the old Lyman.
Yeah, I've got all those. Yeah, I just bought the new Hornady one. So I run on the Hornady, I run on the Lineman. Now I got the Sierra one, and I've got the Hornady Cast Bullet Handbook, and I got a Burger one. So I'm pretty covered, and I like using the actual manufacturer's web pages as well. I go on and always check those.
Tracing unit. Yeah, I always wonder about that rifle. Somebody like said it's in somebody's safe. Definitely, because it's never shown up. I have another one that got gone, and it's never shown up, and it's supposedly in a computer system here. Look out for it. I reported both of them, even in 75, at the time, to the county I was living in. Back then, though, they absolutely did not have computers in 1975, though. That's the issue. Anyway, we've been running for a while, guys. It's 12 after 10. I think it's been a good show. I was going to do 9, but we'll do that another day. I enjoyed that Anilles, and I appreciate Mac, Kyle, everybody in the side chat. Appreciate you being here, all of you. And what you got going, Echo? What you up to next few days? Man?
I'm going to be doing an interview Friday with Jamie JH586. So we are going to be diving into the Georgia shooting connection, how it got started, when it got started. We're going to go into Jamie's hunting this year too. He's whitetail hunting right now. So we're going to go into that, find out if he's gotten anything. And I just wanted to reach out to Hobbies Hobo. Hey man, when you get a chance, go to my channel and go to the About section and send me an email. Would you please, sir? I got an email listed in there.
Uh-oh, you're going to be in the hot seat, Hobo.
Shut up. Listen to him. So, yeah, and that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be doing the interview with GH586. So
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
everybody's got some time to come by at 6:05 tomorrow Eastern PM. Come by and hang out with us for a little while, and we're going to have a little bit of fun, and a little bit early for Mr. Mac on the West Coast, but if you get a chance to listen while you're in your truck, we appreciate it.
And Hobo, if you ever want to come on, I'll send you a link anytime, brother. You just want to come on, and even if you don't want the cam, you can do the avatar if you like. I don't know if you've ever did a live stream, but you're welcome to. And what you got going on, Mac? What you gonna be doing next week?
I got obviously I'm gonna go duck hunting on Saturday, so we're gonna be out there probably for 5 or 6 hours.
Cool.
I got a new Hensley and Gibbs mole I bought off eBay, which I want to try out, a little 45 cal one. And on Sunday, I'm gonna take the wife out on the side-by-side, and we're gonna drive around an area where I got drawn for javelina. So I'm gonna start looking to see if I can start finding some herds of javelina ready for next year, and just keep an eye on them.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
Sounds like fun. You ain't kidding. Actually, I'm thinking I want to go to deer camp here in Georgia. Get out there, and especially on cold mornings. I'm crazy. I get out there and shave if it's 30 degrees. The last time I went years ago, a guy laughed. He said, "What are you doing, Elliot?" He calls me Elliot instead of I won't even say my name. But anyway, he said, "I'm sitting there shaving, washing my hair, and under a tree with a little hanging thing." He goes, "Oh, you're crazy." I said, "I'm gonna be clean when I walk in them woods, man. I'm not gonna go in there dirty." But I'm gonna be doing 9mm some. I want some 9mm brass, some new, maybe at least 100 pieces, maybe Starline if I can ever get it, and load some self-defense ammo. But outside of that, I enjoyed the show. I appreciate Kyle, like I said, Mac, and all you all. Hobo, if you want to come on, let me know. Everybody, you want to email me, ARguns1776 at Gmail. And you all have a good one. Have a good night, and I enjoyed it. We'll see you Friday night with Echo's show. See you Friday night at 8 with Georgia Shooting Connection. And be sure to watch the interview with JH. We call him Jamie. Have a good night, all. Take care.
Night, everybody.